process. He says President Biden should focus on that instead of Georgia. Georgia is open for business. Restrictions for large gatherings officially lifted until at least the end of the month.
Police are not allowed to break up any gatherings or punish businesses for capacity. Coming up first at 5, we talk to folks in our community to find out how they feel about all of this.
A local story going viral, catching the attention of news outlets both nationally and around the world. Last Saturday around 4 in the morning, someone broke into the Diablos over on Wheeler Road. It was all caught on camera. There was no money in the register. The suspect actually left after breaking in, but the owner posted a message on Facebook asking for the suspect to swing by for a job application. He says that offer still stands.
I want to help you get on a better career path in life or a better opportunity in life, or explain the hurt that you do to others in this path of life that you're on. And so maybe we can just try to get him in a better future.
So coming up here on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we're going to hear more about how Wallace hopes to help others with this story. Artists are busy working on their storm drain murals right now in downtown Augusta. It's all part of the It All Flows into the Savannah project that you got to vote for. 12 local artists getting paid to complete these murals. They have until the end of the week to do that. We're going to keep you updated as more pop up all around downtown. Keep your eyes open for those storm drains. Exciting news for Prince fans. New music coming out. It's going to be here this Sunday.
How cool is this? It's from his unreleased Welcome to America album. The music was recorded before his Welcome to America tour back in 2010. None of the songs have ever been played for the public, so this will all be new to us. You can catch the new music airing on 60 Minutes coming up on Sunday night.
I love that an artist who's not with us anymore can release brand new music.
I know. How great is that?
Looking forward to that. From Prince. New music from Prince. That's strange to say.
Yeah.
Well, a basketball icon hoping to bridge the gap between police and the community coming up. We're going to let you know how Shaq is taking action now. Riley.
And we've seen beautiful weather pretty much all week.
So imagine this. It's late at night. You start scraping off that scratch-off ticket just before you call it a night and go to bed. Then it hits you. I think I just won $30,000.
Wouldn't that be fantastic? Of course, you need a second opinion, right? You could be tired, maybe misread it. So then, of course, you wake up your whole family
Always.
just to make sure. Well, for one Barnwell man, this dream was complete reality. Now he and his family are $30,000 richer. And just in case you were wondering what he was playing, it's the Greenbacks instant ticket game.
Yeah, but he just won a big one, so I don't know if I want to play Greenbacks now. I mean, it all makes it so confusing.
You don't. Lightning could strike twice, Richard, on this one.
We just hope it strikes once.
Yeah, okay.
Basketball icon Shaquille O'Neal teaming up with Pepsi and Atlanta area officers to bridge the gap between the police and the community. The goal here to create a de-escalation program for officers to give them options rather than using deadly force. And it's not just all talk either. The classes kicked off this week. Shaq hopes his influence in these classes will help everyone feel safer.
Well, there's a bunch of good cops out there. We need to start seeing it. So I want to be the guy to bring that together. It's time to put rubber to roll up our sleeves, and do things that are realistically oriented and make sure we walk these things out to bring the community back together with us.
The next step in the plan is to get a program going to evaluate officers mentally every year. That's usually done just at the start of a career or after a shooting. Time now to talk weather and weather. The U.S. military doing more to help service members avoid injuries.
New technology is helping to reduce injuries in soldiers and keep war fighters on the battlefield. Our Washington News Bureau, Alana Austin, gives us the details.
In my mind, this was really a game changer.
When Colonel Stephen Arms took over the Marine Corps Human Performance Division, he was alarmed at how many Marines, especially women, in Officer Candidate School drop out due to injuries. Arms made it his mission to change that by deploying force plate technology.
It's probably one of the biggest revolutions that we've had on the fitness side, the holistic human performance side in the Marine Corps.
Congress recently approved more funding so this technology is available to thousands of warfighters across the branches. These force plates developed by Sparta Science help service members customize workout plans to build up areas of vulnerability.
They're a high-powered bathroom scale in that they're gathering thousands of data points a second as you balance or as you jump,
A recent report by Walter Reed and the Uniformed Services University of Health Sciences found that 3/4 of medically non-deployable service members are sidelined due to musculoskeletal injuries, many stemming from training and sports activities. Walter Reed Director for Surgery Colonel Benjamin Kyle Potter says he's hopeful efforts like the force plates will enhance military readiness.
We're not just talking about individuals who are ready, but units that can train together and then go fight together. The ability to have more of the team, ready for the big game, so to speak, is huge.
A report is due to Congress this September that will shed more light on how this force plate technology may be able to help our warriors stay healthy. In Washington, I'm Alana Austin.
The Walter Reed study found that these musculoskeletal injuries in any year outnumber combat injuries in Iraq and Afghanistan over the last 20 years. Also from the study, combat-related injuries are more survivable than ever before.
We've seen those winds pick up a little bit this afternoon. We'll take a look at what they're expected to do the next few days. Next.
Make Riverfront
Well, if staying well is an incentive enough to get the vaccine, Samuel Adams is offering you some free beer. Starting on Monday, they're going to send you $7 via Cash App after you post your vaccine card on either Twitter or Instagram. Make sure you hashtag the pic, Shot for Sam, and then tag Samuel Adams Beer. Wait for a direct message, then you will be all set. Not sure how I feel about that. We just did a story about how you shouldn't post a picture of your vaccine card.
But here's what you can do. You can mark out your birthday,
Yeah.
mark out the place where you got it, just
All right.
the identifying information so hackers can't steal your identity.
Hackers are looking for anything.
They really
including
are.
Your vaccine card. But hey, there's free beer on the line, Riley.
There he goes. Drink up some
Let's
Sam
have a look
Adams.
outside.
Follow News 1226 on Instagram to see what's trending in your area.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Good evening. We've been watching this leaderboard. It's been a mixed bag all afternoon. Right now, 7 under leads the Masters. Justin Rose having an amazing round of golf. With the possibility of rain and then cut day into the future, those are both looming large.
Oh, yes, everything gets stressful now. There is still a long way to go, though, for a green jacket. Our Laura Warren live at Augusta National. And Laura, it has been an interesting day already.
It absolutely has. This afternoon has been pretty brutal on some of these guys. The course conditions have been tough. The greens are playing firm and fast, and a little earlier, the wind started to pick up, and we really saw that reflected in a lot of these afternoon scores. And to put that in perspective for you, Kevin Kisner, he had an early tee time. So when he came off of the course earlier, he was sitting at 17 on the leaderboard. Well, he hasn't done anything except sit in the clubhouse, and he has now climbed to 11th on the leaderboard. So definitely a lot of wheels falling off of the bus for some players this afternoon. But I want to bring in sports director Mike Yakachonis, because one guy who has not had any problem with these course conditions has been Justin Rose, sitting at an incredible 7 under on the round, Mike.
Yeah, for all of these afternoon players who've been saying the course conditions haven't allowed for lower scoring, I mean, just take that and throw it right out the window, because that certainly hasn't been the truth. But for a lot of players, Eagles have given way to double and triple bogeys. This round is still in the process of finishing up, but let's take a look at what's going on around the leaderboard. As we just said, Justin Rose's lead is only getting larger. He's 7 under now, so it looks like someone's practicing playing in the wind. Savannah's own Brian Harmon and Hideki Matsuyama a little further behind. 3 under was looking good. Not the case anymore. We are still waiting for the round to come to a complete end, though it looks like the predictions were correct for the most part. 1 under or 2 under is going to be what it takes to stay competitive in this one. Even for players with higher scores like Bryson DeChambeau, there's a good chance that they could make a run right back up to the top. We've seen a lot of individual birdies, but again, just as many bogeys to balance out the scores. And I want to talk about a player you mentioned earlier, Laura. Kevin Kisner did get off to a hot start. He was 2 under after 10, but a gutsy second shot on 11 sent him into the water, and he ended that hole with a triple bogey. Kisner would recover, surviving 1 more bogey and adding 2 birdies as he finished even. Right now, he's really in a great spot, but Kis knows it could have been even better.
I knew I shouldn't have tried the shot, but I was feeling good, and then I put myself in a position. You know, you probably walk away with a 10-footer for par every time if you lay up there, and I'm putting 12-footer for double. You know, I hit the golf ball as good today as I have in a couple of years and walk away with even par. So that would tell you how much of a grind it is.
While play did seem to start fast today, a change in the weather has certainly slowed things down for everyone except for Justin Rose, I guess. Some groups haven't even come close to finishing up. Coming up in sports, we'll go more in depth on some of the storylines as we wait for this round to hit its conclusion.
For now, all of England excited. Justin Rose is doing so well. And he's been runner-up here twice, so he knows how to win. Live look here at downtown Augusta from one of our live eye cameras. A lot of cloud cover out there.
Yes, first alert, Chief Meteorologist. Much more on that in a few minutes.
Anthony can get back to his practice now on the green. Okay, with round one almost in the books, there's still a lot of golf to be played between now and Sunday's Green Jacket.
But already, the 2021 tournament is writing its place in history. Lots of golfers before him took a swing. But Lee Elder is the one who took a stand. Today's stand, a bit different, as he took his place on the first tee next to three-time Masters champ Gary Player and six-time Masters champion Jack Nicklaus. With that, tournament play officially began, and Mr. Elder became etched into Masters history for a second time. The first was 46 years ago.
I remember seeing Lee tee off in the Masters in 1975, so this, it really means a lot because that's the year that he broke the color barrier at the Masters.
Dave Scott joined a group.
A lot of people, about 55 people.
Here to celebrate Mr. Elder being the first black golfer to compete in the Masters by proudly wearing these special hats with the special year.
Steph Curry made them, and he did it in honor of Mr. Elder, and we all wearing them today.
Curry was here in spirit and posted this to his Instagram page. Comedian Chris Tucker says Elder is like a father figure to him.
He tried to teach me golf. I'm still a work in progress, but
Remington Avent went to college on a golf scholarship, thanks in part to what he learned from Mr. Elder. Still, he says his most important lesson had nothing to do with how to play the game.
Character first. Character first at all times. Represent yourself in a classy manner at all times. Treat everybody with the utmost amount of kindness and humility.
After that historic 1975 tournament, Elder went on to play the Masters 5 more times. His best finish at Augusta was a tie for 17th, but just earning an invitation was enough to inspire Tiger Woods, who calls Elder one of his heroes.
I certainly will continue to do my best to continue and do whatever I can do to further enhance black golf into the professional rank.
Growing the game just by being here, hopefully inspiring a whole new generation of young golfers.
It was just absolutely fantastic for the people of any color around the world.
Having Lee there was the right thing to do, a nice thing to do.
Thank you.
It's also a powerful reminder golf isn't a game for a select few.
It's a dream.
It is a game for everyone.
A dream come true.
And the whole world was watching this morning as that happened.
Yes.
Beautiful way to start the tournament.
Yes, and absolute chills. Again, reminding everyone that golf is for everyone. Such a loud statement when he stood up this morning.
And what a week Dr. Lee Elder has had.
Yes, absolutely. He was actually given that honorary doctorate by Payne College this week. And look at that, a group from Payne College front and center today in that iconic Payne College purple. It was definitely a moment, a very proud moment at Augusta National. But moving on to tournament play, Dustin Johnson hopes to be a repeat Masters champion, which is not easy to do.
Can he go back-to-back? Laura Warren back out at Augusta National with DJ's quest for another green jacket.
Yeah, DJ finished his round 2 over, which really wasn't sounding like such a bad score until Justin Rose showed up and decided to show out. But can Dustin Johnson defend that green jacket for those elusive back-to-back victories?
A once-in-a-lifetime moment twice. That's what Dustin Johnson is hoping to make happen.
Obviously, he's a world-class athlete, and he can get it done. People like that are out here playing golf, they're special. They're just phenoms, and they're born to do it. So, sure, I think he can get it done without a doubt.
Only 3 Masters champions have been able to catch lightning in a bottle back-to-back years. Jack Nicklaus, Sir Nick, and the most recent, which isn't so recent, Tiger Woods 20 years ago.
Who knows what happens? There's a lot of golf, but is there someone that has the game to potentially do it? It's him.
And the chairman seems to agree.
I can personally attest that Dustin is in great form, having played with him here just last month. I'm sure Dustin will be highly motivated to win back-to-back titles.
He's been ranked as the world's #1 golfer for the past 33 weeks and a Masters champion for the past 20 of those weeks. So do stats like that come with extra pressure?
No, no additional pressure. If anything, I'm a little more relaxed out there, but today, like I said, I just played tough.
So he's planning to work on dialing in his irons and hoping for better conditions this weekend to extend the lease on that jacket.
It's going to be a long weekend, as it always is, and it'll all wind up on the back nine on Sunday.
A little more relaxed, he says. So, as a defending Masters champion, and by the way, his future father-in-law, Wayne Gretzky, is out here watching him. So, if both of those things can't shake him, I don't know if this Masters champion is shakeable, guys.
But honestly, 5 months, that's not nearly long enough to be able to keep a green jacket.
No, he definitely wants to extend that lease, Laura.
Definitely. I know he would love a little more time with it.
Laura Warren, live at Augusta National Forest. Laura, thank you. We have an update on that planned protest outside the Augusta National property. Organizers telling us it'll happen Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. It's in response to Georgia's new voting law, and it comes as groups plan boycotts and protests against major companies and organizations all across Georgia. But at last check, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office telling us they've not gotten a request for a permit to hold a protest.
We are following breaking news out of Texas tonight, showing you a live look now. This is over a business in Bryan, Texas, where we're just now learning one person is dead, at least four people in critical condition after a shooting there. The suspect now arrested. That just into our newsroom this very moment. We are keeping a close eye on this story, and we'll keep you updated. But again, this is a mass shooting at a cabinet facility there in Texas.
We're also wrapping up Day 1 of lifted COVID restrictions in Georgia. From here on out, no more statewide ban on large gatherings, and social distancing requirements, they've been cut back.
Seriously back. News 12 Celeste Springer joins us live now downtown. And Celeste, restaurants there will be very much affected by this. How do folks downtown feel about it?
Well, right now, businesses are able to have more people sitting down to eat than ever before. Before, the tables had to be separated by 6 feet of distance, which is a little bit like right here. Now, it's cut almost in half to 3.5. So we had to ask, will people still be flooding back into restaurants now that these are lifted? For Georgians like Judy Belts,
I'm going to have to protect myself. And if I think I need to put on a mask, then I'm going to put it on.
COVID restrictions were something she felt should be up to the individual person or business.
But if it's crowded and it's a place I want to be, if there's a group of people in there I want to be with, I'll assess the situation, I'll carry my mask, and I'll use it or I'll not use it based on that.
There's no longer a ban on gatherings of 50 people or more, so more people can file into our downtown restaurants. But we talked to Mayor Davis when we learned about Governor Kemp's plans. He said, proceed with caution.
That we need to be very measured in how we approach, quote, rolling back some of these measures, these protections that have been in place.
Some tell us they're trying to be careful on their own.
If it were a bit crowded, I'd probably pick another place.
For others, it's a little bit harder to avoid temptation. If you walked into a restaurant and saw that those tables are not 6 feet apart, would you still want to eat there?
Probably. I probably would.
But moving forward,
this virus is real. It's taking people's lives, and it's causing us to have to be measured in everything that we do.
Augusta isn't back to normal just yet. Restaurant employees are required to wear masks, but that being said, as things are lifted, now police will not be able to close down the business if they're not following those rules.
It may take some getting used to for all of us. Celeste Springer reporting live from downtown. Riley.
We have had beautiful weather all week long, but we're
from the place where magic is what we do.
By now, no doubt, you've seen this Facebook post come across your feed a time or two. In it, the owner of Diablo's on Wheeler Road offers the person who broke into their restaurant a job.
You can see the suspect right there caught on Diablo's surveillance camera, but the owner tells us they smashed the front door. They broke in around 4 in the morning last Saturday, but instead of tracking them down, pressing charges, they're offering up a job application. No police, no questions. Since creating that Facebook post 5 days ago, it's got nearly 5,000 shares.
And now this story is making the rounds around the globe, even grabbing the attention of big names like Ellen and Tamron Hall.
News 12's Zania Halliburton caught up with Diablo's owner today to see how he's taking all this in.
A simple post is reaching people near and far.
You just do something because you felt it was right in your heart, and then the viralness comes on the backside of it, and then you're just in shock.
Diablo's owner, Carl Wallace, says since his post last weekend, calls and text messages from all over have been pouring in nonstop.
A lady in Chicago that said, I've always done stuff for some local kids and buying them toys. She said, your story made me realize that I need to do more of that.
Big names like Ellen and Tamron Hall have even reached out. Wallace says nothing is set in stone yet, but he would love to keep sharing the story so people going down the same road can see it.
There are people that love you, that want to see you succeed. Even though you're doing wrong in life, there are people that want you to succeed. Even the people you're harming actually want you to succeed in life.
Wallace says he actually received an anonymous tip about who the person in the video may be. Still, he stands by his word and says he does not want police involved.
We just talk about life together and try to build some type of bond and, maybe be there for the person that's struggling in life. If every business owner took that approach to problems, maybe we'd have a better place.
Reporting in Augusta, Zania Halliburton, on your side.
How about that for wisdom? The suspect did check the register for money, but then left after finding the drawer was empty. The door, that was the only thing damaged, and that'll be replaced this week.
But this continuing to make the rounds, and again, his promise not to get police involved, let's just give you a better life, give you more options.
Yeah, and he means it. You can tell. Let's have a look outside now as we check traffic on the
low for many of us. Heading into the weekend, those rain chances looking high as Saturday compared to Sunday. Staying pretty warm through the weekend, though. Those high temperatures will stay in the 80s for us, and then we bring back all that sunshine by early next week.
Thanks, Riley. New research is connecting COVID-19 and long-term mental health problems. And tonight, the I-Team's Meredith Anderson takes a closer look at that data.
According to a new study from the Lancet Psychiatry, 1 in 3 people, 34% of those who recover from COVID-19 could suffer long-term mental health or neurological symptoms. 1 in 8 patients got that diagnosis for the very first time post-COVID. Researchers examined 230,000 electronic health records of COVID-positive patients. They found the link to anxiety, depression, substance abuse, and other mood disorders were higher in patients with COVID than the flu. Conditions were more severe in patients who had been hospitalized with COVID, but there was also a link found in outpatients as well. So what does all of this mean? Researchers say the study proves there is an urgent need to further study the impact of COVID-19 on the brain.
Meredith, thanks. We've been saying it, the strokes count today, and we've already had a wild first day out there at Augusta National. Stories from across the leaderboard just ahead in sports with Mike.